Good morning, good afternoon, good evening across the country, around the world. Welcome back to City Skylines and my San Bernardino build. I always struggle saying that. This up here is Kendall Drive, and like I said, it does not quite look like this in real life. There's no tall buildings. There's maybe 3-story apartment complexes, but game is what it is. Wow. But it gives it a different dynamic when you do this, at least. Whoa. So, off camera, I took about, 20 minutes or so with the game. Added a few things. Well, I added some bus routes, really, is the main thing I did from that I said I would do last episode. So let's look at that real quick. Just put them along the major roads here, like on Waterman Avenue, E Street. Not a major road all the way through, but it is down here. And then, of course, Highland Avenue, and that one connects up to the industry, Muscoy, and up into the industry as well, and then also across Baseline. And I wish the game would let the buses just do simple about faces, U-turns right here and go there, but no, it routes them around like this, which is just, I don't know. It works, it's just a little odd. Anyway, I added those, 5 bus routes? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this, in case anybody doesn't have it yet, this is the, Enhanced Transportation UI, I think. It lets you select all, select none. You can go through and find out which is which. And you can just see where one line is, and then you can actually click on it to rename it, do the line color, or delete it. Car trip saves 25. Interesting. Lots of interesting data. Or you can actually just click on the color here to change the color there, which I think is pretty useful as well. But it helps you to see none or all. It helps you to better utilize your bus routes. If you didn't have this, you'd have to have the transport on, and you'd just see all these lines, and they'd all start off blue all together at once. So you'd have to find which ones. I don't have any that overlap too badly. Only up in here, the 2 lines overlap a little bit, not too bad. But see, like, you have to hover over one or the other to get it to pop up, and that's tedious. This tool gives you a lot more flexibility. Anyway, I just did that, and the game's only run for a few minutes on its own. But already it's climbed up, even since I started this video, 441 per week. So that's helping a little bit, I think. I hope. I really hope. And then, yeah, the last episode I ended up plopping in this rail yard, cargo train terminal. I don't know if it's going to be that tremendous a help, but at least it helps them with their cargo, and 2, almost a 3. Wow, and okay. I think because industrial demand has plummeted so much, I think I want to delete everybody on the outside of this main road here and dezone that just to help with the lack of industrial demand and the unfulfilled jobs, and hopefully get people who work over here moved across the street, moved into these jobs over here, populate these empty jobs here. I'm hoping. One can hope, one can dream. In addition to the problems up here, though, we also had it where was it? Down here a bit. Yeah, there's a couple of big icons. So there's a few down here. Not as bad as it was. And you can see all the buses. Wow, I picked some really bright colors, didn't I? I think that'll help with a couple things as well. So, let's see. I have a little list on a piece of paper here in my hand. Bus routes, did that. Trim the industry. I started with that. I might, later on, if we still have a not finding enough workers issue, I might trim back this section right here, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. Oh yeah, you might have noticed I also added a few more districts. So I got Muscoy, Ridgeline, not that there's really much there, but I thought it was a cool name. And then North Park. North Park, I might split this up a little more into North Park, Cajon, and Wildwood Park, I guess it says, just to kind of give it a little more character, a little more realism. But for now, we're going to leave it like that. I might change some of these names too. Looking at the map on my iPad over here, It's slightly different from what I named it, but I'll leave it like that for the time being. So, the other thing on my little list to do today, because I kept saying I would, and I still haven't, Cal State San Bernardino. So we're going to jump into that. So this is the plot-ish where Cal State San Bernardino sits. I might kind of square this off a bit. I'm not sure yet. But this is, like I said, University Parkway. Feeds right up to it. There's a little more commercial right here, but it feeds into it. There's actually a bunch of parking lots along the front, of course, like any, big college has. So we'll get into this. Let's see. I'm going to actually give this a nice road going. Yeah, we'll take that straight back. And then start looking at the college buildings. And they reorganize themselves yet again. That's fun. Let's see. College of Art and Design. Old University. Campus dorm. Undergraduate library. Student capacity 4,000. Student capacity 50. 4,500. Like I said, I downloaded a bunch of these, and I'm just trying to see what they do. And a lot of them looks like they are universities, because they have that same 4,000, 4,500 capacity, usage, what have you. I kind of like the University of Barcelona. I think I'm going to end up plopping a couple different university things here, just to get the capacity up. I mean, obviously we'll plop this one, and the capacity should jump up. Yeah, to a ridiculous amount. There's still lots of space. Let me go ahead and give him the powered parking lot, just to give him power until it stretches across from something else. Alright, let's see. That's actually pretty cool looking. I mean, it's a simple model. It's not terribly detailed, but from a distance, that's pretty nice. Actually, it's fairly detailed inside too, with those courtyards, quads, and the little mini quads up in the front and back. That's neat. I kind of like it. Let's see, what else do we want to put though? Mathematics department. Yeah, we'll pop a few other little things, some ancillary, I suppose you could call it, things like, ooh, kind of like that. A library. We'll look at all these in a minute. What is this? Campus dorms. Can they fit somewhere back here? No. New, and those are all the regular things. Oh, what was this? This was the College of Art and Design. It's kind of a funky looking thing. Let's take a look at these guys. Whoa. Oh, that's cool looking. Almost looks like a church, but it's really a hall. And then, yeah, the library. Oh, that's cool. It's, whoa. Okay, so I had a glitch there. Fraps records things at a really high rate. Because it's recording live, it records it in a big amount. I had 700 gigabytes of video. I didn't even realize it. And my hard drive said no more. So I had to stop and clear out a bunch of it so that I could record anymore. That's why my screen went all glitchy and the game crawled to a stop, and it took me a few minutes to realize that it wasn't recording anymore. I went, what? When I tried again, it said, nope, too much. So, but they're already edited and saved as a compressed format, so I was able to just delete them all. If I had to transfer them to my external hard drive, it would have taken 8 hours. So they all just, the raw files went bye-bye. But the videos are on YouTube, and they're, what else? They are also saved on my hard drive. So we shall continue. Anyway, we left off. I'd started to plop a few university things down. I expanded this a little bit, put in this little crossroad, turned this around, moved them around a little bit, gave myself a few big parking lots, baseball field, soccer field, and some plazas. Just adds a little bit of classiness and character to it. Oh, I really love the modding community. I like this modern looking thing. It's partially open, and like that's like an elevator shaft in it, that green thing. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Whoa. You can see the top floor, kind of? Ah, it's going to bounce around, isn't it? Yep. Whoa. Anyway. So that's Cal State San Bernardino all assembled. And if you look now, our elementary school, no. Our college capacity is ridiculous. So our capacity is huge. However, the coverage, well, actually, it covers a good chunk of the city. It covers plenty for what I'm doing. Yeah, it covers plenty. These guys don't get much, but they'll get some. We'll do the Valley College down over here somewhere. We have Loma Linda University Medical Center over here, and Redlands College. I think on a previous video I said Riverside College. No, Redlands University. So we'll have plenty of coverage for university. This is high school. Super college. Oh, big capacity for people, even though it's like the size. It's just like a giant high school. Interesting. And then, of course, regular elementary school. Sorry. See fun things, download them, or subscribe them at least, and see where you go from there. Let's see, where do we need? What do we need? What does the game say we need? So we trimmed up these industrial here. Alright, these are parks. They don't... Llama-sided? It's the wrong game. They don't seem to do anything. Let's see, what are these guys? They're 1, 2, and they require educated workers. So that's good. So at least we're bumping that up a bit. Look at all these guys using the freight yard. Awesome. I wish this would show you how much it accumulates and then how much it ships out, or how frequently it ships out. Something along those lines would be useful, I think. Whoa. And they're not getting water. Oh, yes. I think I saw that when I started the game again. Our city vitals. Yep, they're getting a little low. Incinerator status isn't really keeping up with it either. All right, so we'll add a little more infrastructure here. Ooh, that's making the water level drop a bit. Oh, well. Water pump. Boom. He's in the line. And then... These don't say it. Oh, that requires a lot. That requires a lot of electricity. I'm going to pass on those for a moment. These three I subscribe to, and they're supposed to be... Wow, that's the big one. Oh, no, they're like backwards. Pumping capacity, water, drain capacity, pumping capacity. Interesting. These, what are they called? Clarifiers? They're supposed to take your sewage and treat it. Same with this guy. They take you... It takes that... Okay, hold on. I have to try this to see... see what it really does. Just because that seems like a ridiculous number there. I'll just plop you down here. Okay, so that's there. Pipe there, and then... Oh, you're going to require power, aren't you? Okay, we'll just run power from... Where did they get... Oh, I did it way down there. Didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Let's move you up to about here. There we go. Sorry. Experimentation. Never hurts though, right? Okay, so that's there. Let's see what that does to our vitals. Okay. Interesting. Can't tell much of a difference. And I think our sewage treatment actually did go up. You know, I'm gonna get rid of this guy for the moment. Yes. I'll play with those off camera in a different city or my other city that I was working on before I started these videos. I'll play with that later and see how they actually behave, what they actually do, before I go all crazy putting those all over the place, because they look cool. And if they function that way to where, you know, what it looks like it's supposed to do, which is actually taking the sewer water and turning it back into healthy water, that's kind of awesome. Okay, hold on. And while we're here, let's clean these up. What are you, 16,000? 12,000. Oh no, it's 160,000. 120,000. Yeah, let's go ahead, because I'm tired of seeing the disgusting water that comes out of these guys. Plop. Oh. Good. Now let's see if I can squeeze one more. Yes. In there. And sewage is going to go crazy for a minute or two. No. Oh. Okay. Okay, so we're back up into the... Oh, there we go. Now it sees it. But now we can see the disgusting... Those just look kind of funny, sticking way out in the river like that. Anyway, wow, that water like stops. But now we can see this disgusting, polluted water floating away. Goodbye to the gross, gross water. Oh, that's weird. You can see it dip too. Anyway, infrastructure issues dealt with. There's still people's on the... You are emptying. You are full, so we'll empty you. Oh yeah, and it said incinerators weren't really keeping up, were they? Grr. I'll put a few more over here just to help. Yes, keep that in the green for a while. There's not really any good place to put that. Ooh, what are these? No shoppers? Not enough educated workers. Interesting. Oh, Muscoy doesn't really have a school though, do they? Oh wow. Haven't even added any more residentials, but our population is nearly at 30,000, which is pretty cool. I don't know if that's a goal for the night or anything, but I'm rather proud of this. This I think looks pretty cool. We could keep. I think we've got some residential and commercial demand, so yeah, I'm gonna zone this up. Actually, let me see. Undereducated, educated, well-educated, it's highly. So this will take a while for education process. Boom! Look at all the university access they have. This will take a while for this area to get educated up to college level, but in the meantime, we'll plop in a little bit more. So let's see, commercial. I know there's some here. There's a little bit there. Yeah, we'll do here. Oh, not the whole thing. We'll do about like that. And the rest we'll make good size, high density residential, because that's kind of what you have next to a college. Again, big apartment complexes right across the street from the college. Good. We'll do a couple more. Yeah, I think I'll end up doing a little more gridding in this area. This will eventually all be high-density residential. Water does good. We'll let it go. Right, good, we're at the fastest speed. But yeah, I'm rather happy with that college. I think it looks pretty neat. If you look at the map, you know, on Google Maps or whatever, There's a bunch of parking lots and a bunch of ancillary buildings all scattered around in here that are different, you know, university different purposes. Oh, good, and the power stretches all the way across, so I could actually go ahead and get rid of these guys. Not that they're costing anything, well, they actually are costing something, but they cut down on the, what's it called? The upkeep. Oh, yep, wow. Some of those buildings. You know, you look at them, whoa. Yeah, you look at them on the workshop and they're like, you're like, that's kind of neat looking. And they show up in your city and you go, what? Because they're just a little crazy. Good. Did that upgrade? It did. Up to a 3-star. Excellent. Yeah, still have pretty good. So now education. We're working on getting everybody well educated. More high school and more college access, which is awesome. Let's see, this is all residential out here. You couldn't get enough. Worker education was too low. Well, you kind of got ahead of yourself then, didn't you? Okay. I mean, this is all residential up here too. It's a little more kind of funny one-way and dead-end roads up here. Not one-way, but dead-end and funny little bottom of the mountain roads. I don't think I'm going to do that quite yet. I kind of like where things have ended with this solid line back here. Oh, excuse me. I'm actually going to look. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. I'm going to take a minute, look at the map, the real world map, and see where some other schools are. See where I can plop them, and if there aren't any more, well, then I'll be improvising. Be right back. Alright. So I went through and added a couple of elementary schools. Hold on, let's let this play. It should pick up, and there it is. There's our capacity. Add elementary schools and high schools in places where they're pretty close to where they really are. Utilize some of the high schools as, quote, middle schools. It's a higher level of education than just an elementary school. But our capacity's better. For the most part, there's a pretty good spread. Yeah, here there's two, because there actually are two elementary schools like right next to each other. I think one's a school that focuses on special needs a bit more, but it's there. And then high school, same thing. Again, some middle school, but high school, it'll work, it'll do. But help spread those out and shifted a few around so that they were in a more realistic place. But that should help with the education. And you can see even from way up here, lots of upgrading going on. And of course, our university capacity is just off the chart. We could have 2/3 of our entire society going to the university. Well, speaking of our population, we hit 30,000. Not bad. I think our next goal is, what, 36,000? Capital city. There's only one or two more after that, I believe. 42 or 48,000. So good. I think, while there wasn't much expansion, we got to go away. While there wasn't much expansion, we did get to play with the university a little bit and set up this population for all the college students to live at. And there's other things. I might go back and add a few more after I finish this recording. I think I want to do one or two. Wait, one or two right now. Where'd they go? There's like dorms. Yeah, there's like these little dorm buildings I think are kind of cool looking. Oh, if I can make it fit somewhere. Oh. You don't want to. It's too curved. There we go. This will help flesh it out a bit. That'll make it look a little more like a real place instead of just kind of some random buildings. But that just keeps bumping our capacity up even more and more. But I think that's really cool. Those are really cool looking too. Old University. Oh, nope, I did that one. There's one. I kind of... Oh, an auditorium. Ooh, that has possibilities too. If I could just find a place, maybe I'll squeeze it in right here. Move one of those guys around real quick. Over here? I don't want to just get rid of you, though. Come on, find a hole. There, okay. And then, like I said, I kind of liked that auditorium. Kind of neat looking. Yeah. Okay. I think my university construction is complete for the day. Probably for this whole university. That's a neat looking building. I like that. But Cal State San Bernardino, and wow, look at all the people flooding into there. Look at all of that. Again, new stuff, so it looks like a lot of vehicles populate into that. And I lost all the numbers. You guys see that, right? That's weird. Whoa. I lost lots of things. Well, I guess it's a good point to stop and save the game and say good night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me through all these videos. Thanks for subscribing. Please like if you like, subscribe if you like. Trying to build this thing. Yeah. A little worried about this disappearing though. Either way, thanks. Have a good night. Catch you later.